All right, good morning. Good morning, everyone. It is 5/19/23, and we're going to go ahead and go over the trade ideas today. Let's check it out. All right, so we're just going to quickly go over the expectations or what kind of happened or what did happen. So there was only one trade I took this week. And let's zoom in here so you can see. Alright, so what I did here, as you can see, it fell off, right? But I was able to go ahead and get a 1.5 off of this, so I lost here. And of course, this was on Wednesday. So I lost here. And then I went ahead and took a trade. I took off let's go here. 1 to 3 is like right in here somewhere. So I took off 50% at 1 to 3. And just to show you, I just tracked it on Discord, right? So let me go ahead and bring that up. Window capture, disk. Boom, we hit OK. All right. So let's transform this. Let's go ahead and fit the screen. That's not working. All right. I'm doing this incorrectly. Okay, so basically I was having issues with my bot. I have to go back and refactor it. But I took this -1, right? That one I just showed you. And then I got in again. And as you can see, these are just the alerts, right? Buy stop on the 5-second at this particular price, right? And this mimics exactly what it was. So you see here, this was the update, right? So this update was move to break even. So I got 1 to 2, move to break even, right? 1 to 3 had the huge candle move up. 1 to 3 take off 50%, right? And then break even after 50% profit. So there you go. So that's what happened thus far this week, and I haven't traded since. I haven't really looked at the charts since. But as we can see, price didn't actually turn around. It actually looks like it's going to continue down. So let's go to the daily. Let's reset this. We're expecting it to continue bullish all-time highs, but right now it's looking more like it probably will come down before going higher. And we have this large area, right? And then we look, we say, okay, what's up mitigated zone? Had a slight open, but then it continued up so quickly. So we could use this, or we could use the 2.0 here, right? And with the expectation that price is going to come down here, right, and then finally run those all-time highs, because we're still ultimately bullish. I'd say. I mean, you look at here, it looks like, you know, pretty bearish. But we're so close to these all-time highs, in my mind, it just makes sense that we'd run them. And, of course, if we break below here, we break below this area here, we will change our bias to say, yeah, we're probably bearish, right? Because it's showing it wants to continue bearish as this trend has been going this far, right? Break down, continue down, probably down somewhere in here, 1500. So that is gold. Let's go ahead and look at the NASDAQ. Looks like we finally broke this previous high, which in my mind, we are very much primed for continued bullishness. So let's take a look here. Let's go on the 6 hour. Well, actually, let's go on the weekly. So this is a pretty large break. It's a weekly breakup. All right, so this is now valid for buys. Now, of course, we have 9 more hours before the week is done. But should this close above, this is pretty much bullish, like confirmed bullish, higher time frame bullish. So then we just want to look for continuations to ultimately continue all-time highs, as we'd expect in the U.S. economy, right? Maybe we run this first. Right, so we're looking for these to be ran. Bam, bam, right? That's what we're looking for. But it's confirmed at this point. Well, it looks confirmed. We want to see it close, obviously. But it closed daily yesterday. So yesterday we had this large move up, close, boom, continue up. So then we're looking for this short-term pullback action here. So potentially unmitigated zones in there on the daily. Right, so let's bring up our other indicator. Let's check this out real quick. Look at slingshot. Yeah, green. Look at that, green, just bullish, right? Touched it, boom. Pulled back pretty drastically. But could probably see that there's a dot here on our indicator. So there were some times to get in here, right, on the daily time frame. And we can continuously look at this and say, okay, well, we see a trend forming, starting to form, right, pulls back into the actual indicator. This would have been tough. You would have had one loss here if you use this particular eyeball I'm looking at here. But I mean, then you have this right here, and you get in on the daily, and you ride this all the way up to all-time highs, right? Even just right now, you got a nice 1 to 3 and some change. You ride it up to here, ride it up to here. Now this, of course, hindsight is 2020, but again, we want to put this on video so we can rewatch it over and over again, so that we can continuously train our mind to see these particular things and ultimately trust them. And there's a percentage chance that they will win. So first, let's go ahead and look here, 6 hour. So we're still going to continuously look down here. I mean, you see a lot of this is just choppy. Boom, bounced in, came up. I mean, it's been pretty consistent about it. Excuse me. Yeah, it pulls back in there. I mean, it's in here. You probably would have lost a few times in there, but you get that big green dot here for continuation. Again, this is just another way of looking at the market, right? Using indicators to quote-unquote objectively tell yourself something. But, I mean, ultimately, when you see it inside of this particular indicator, it's called slingshot system. I mean, it's telling the story, right? It's green, trend is your friend. So then you look for additional ways to get in on that trend to continue upwards. But we've been pretty much tracking that. If you go back and look at the videos, we've been tracking upwards momentum here for some time. So with the NASDAQ, we're going to go ahead and say, we see here, I mean, this is the daily area. Let's see, we got some mitigation of the open. I think it'll cool off for some period. We can look for it to come down in here. We could potentially refine this. Actually, you look at this a bit more. That is pretty, everything in here actually looks pretty mitigated up until like places in here. So let's go down actually to a lower time frame and check this out a little bit. All right. Hold on. Oh yeah, this is the MB. Yeah, let's go ahead and do some investigation here. So we know that this zone right here is the daily, right? Let's just validate that one more time, right? You see, we have this area here on the daily, right? So this large area is daily, which this is probably 24 candles right here, right? Right, because 24 hours. Oh, this is 37 bars. So the square is slightly off. Oh, that's okay. Starts from right here. Oh, right here. Boom. 29. So the day ended like right there. Okay. So we see this. That's probably the longest pullback we'd have. Where we continuously see breaking highs, right? breaking highs, large break high, another largest move up. I mean, you could say this, right? But the only issue I have here is this is pretty much a zone. This small little wick. And I don't really like that very much. Mitigation of the open. Maybe we can continue up off of this. We see what happens, right? So let's go to the 30-minute. Yeah, this actually looks pretty good right here. See what happens when it comes into this area today. So we're going to go ahead and put an alert. All right, let's get this alert going. Boom. Awesome. So we're just going to wait. Let's go to the euro. Let's reset this a bit. Looks like we're coming through that zone. I mean, ultimately, this could be, yeah, I mean, lows, breaking lows, breaking lows. Now we want to see the break of this high. And then retest to go higher. Something like this. Alright? But we'll wait until then, so we'll just put an alert here. Alright, we talked about gold. Let's look at this. Yeah, I mean, this is floating up pretty well. Looks like it's starting to stop a bit, but we fully intend that it runs $122.79. Let's go to Bitcoin. Still waiting on Bitcoin to come back into one of these two zones here. Let's go to silver. We don't really have anything on silver. Let's move that off. It's just something to look at. Microsoft, we're bullish. I mean, we had this large gap up Tuesday. Maybe come and fill the gap before continuing higher. She's $317.48. Okay, well, that's going to conclude the trade ideas for 5/19/23. If you learned something, go ahead and let me know. Let me know what you want to see. And then, of course, as always, have a wonderful day, y'all. It's your boy, Trade Life Beef. I'm out. Peace.